My name is LucyAkumaaAalou-Dormeh. I'm an educationist with the 5 Garrison Medication Center. Akumaa, well, that's how I call him. I have known Pastor jkwameopata for almost a decade now. We go way back, and I met him at the ICGC Military Temple. You know, we were all young. We still are though, but we were all young growing up Christians in the church, and that's where we met, and we became friends over time. And knowing Pastor Jacob has been one of the many things that I'm glad about. He has grown to be more than a friend over the years. I consider Pastor Pata practically a brother, and I have known his zeal and his love for the things of God, the zeal to seek knowledge about the things of God. And the good thing about him is that seeking the knowledge about the things of God, he doesn't want to hoard or keep it for himself. He loves to share. You should hear him teach, or you should hear him preach. It's marvelous. And so through that, I had the first opportunity to read his first book, Medical Evangelism in Ghana. And I was blown away. The thing is that I have always loved to join them when they go for medical ambitions. Getting the opportunity to read his book gave me in-depth knowledge. He systematically took me through the processes. He took me through their prayer organization, and during and after. And you can see that what I actually presume to have been what they go out there to do. I know they go to evangelize. I know they give medical support to the people out there when they do that. But he actually make you see the details, like every important detail of what goes into the medical evangelism that they go to. And I was surprised in a good way, because then I just realized that even with somebody who has not been able to, or who hasn't had that kind of experience before and is thinking of going for medical evangelism, when he has that book or when she has that book, it is just a systematic step-by-step process of how to go through that medical evangelism to the end. And so I really loved it. I couldn't have enough of having read a book, and it made me look forward more to joining them one of these days when they go for medical evangelism. And it was a wonderful experience having read that book, while still enjoying the wonders of the medical evangelism. And then I realized he came back again and he said, "Aku, I have come up with a new book." And that was Emotional Integrity. And the first time I read that book, I practically told him, "Also, please, this book, why don't you make a pocket-sized copy of it so that we can keep it with us always? You know, something pocket-sized, small leaflet book, so that one can have it with him or her almost every time." And Emotional Integrity, the pastoral approach, is just a wonderful book. In its way, it just helps you deal with the emotional things that we go through every day. And he used the biblical aspect. You know, he was able to attach Bible examples. I don't know how he was able to do that, but knowing who he is, it doesn't surprise me. He was able to attach biblical examples that we can relate to with our times and days. He was able to also explain it in such a broad way that every aspect of our lives, every emotional thing that we go through, whether it be in our church, in the community, with our families, at work, certain salient thing that has got to do with our emotions, with every daily activities of our lives, were captured in it. And so I believe that he having come out with that book is such a wonderful thing, because it would help us. And when I mean ask everybody, irrespective of your age and status or stature in society, this is a book that when you have it, certain petty things that we allow to get to us pertaining to our emotions, we'll be able to deal with it. We'll be able to improve upon our emotions in such a godly way, because the book is actually helping you deal with your emotions, mature with it, improve upon it in a very godly way that will make our life living within people, among ourselves, and relating to each other very easy. We wouldn't take so many things to heart. We wouldn't be, harboring all these bitterness and other things that comes with having to deal with people's emotions and our emotions. So, Emotional Integrity is a book that I'll recommend for everybody. It is a book that I wish, even if you are 10 in the home, everybody should get a personal copy, because then you can relate with your own emotional, lapses, and then you'll be able to deal with it individually. Because when you have it, if you have to make notes in it, it is yours, you make notes. If you have to study it, whatever it is that you have to do, you do it. But I would wish that everybody gets a copy so that they will read. And I'm sure when they do, they will understand probably better than what I'm talking about. I cannot hold back. You are the Alpha and Omega.